We got Ryan Geller up here. Ryan, I don't know if you've been up here yet, but you've been in the server. You shared a win last mastermind. Do you want to introduce yourself? If unless you already have, introduce yourself, what market you serve, and what you're doing, man. I know you're doing a lot with your sphere.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
What
Ryan
up?
Geller here. I'm serving the Philadelphia area and the surrounding suburbs. So
Nice.
basically, about 6 weeks ago, I decided to, take the leap, focus all my energy, and go all in on real estate sales.
Okay.
I've been a dual career agent for about 6 years now. Obviously, when I got in, the market in our area was pretty hot, as I assume, everyone's was across the nation. So it was kind of like playing T-ball in a sense, right? Interest rates were low, homes were affordable. My age at the time, I had a big network of first-time home buyers I was able to help out. So I've had some success, part-time, while still working between 60 to 70 hours, 80 hours some weeks at my
Damn.
my full-time job.
Yeah.
So finally just got to a point where I was like, look, I have a ceiling, and then I'm trading my time for money, at my W-2, and then, real estate. If I just got to make enough to float the bills. So I kind of reverse engineered, like, all right, what do I need to make? How many deals do I got to close? Um, and I've spent like the last 6 weeks trying to really focus on, lead generation, and had one conversation with you, Ryan. You basically were like, hey man, your own personal network is not saturated enough. So just picked up the phone, started reaching out to past clients, friends, not even specifically talking about real estate,
Yeah.
just catching up. And then like it would come up when they're like, what are you up to? So, that's been my main focus right now, is just trying to water that garden, and see what I can turn it into, and then see what I can learn and see how I can help others out.
Man, I love that. Yeah. So, have you had any, or do a lot of these conversations, reaching out to your friends, family, past clients, are a lot of these conversations ending up real estate focused and kind of talking in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, everyone basically knows that, I've been dabbling in real estate. So like I don't make it the main reason for the call per
Yeah.
se,
Yeah.
but like 7 out of 10 times it will come up.
Nice.
So, I don't want to come off as like, hey, I heard your grandma's sick. Let's list their house.
Yeah.
I don't like that sales
Hey,
presence,
you're
right? Like
getting
I'm just
divorced,
trying
man?
to.
Come on. Let's talk. You're getting divorced.
Yeah, what's the three D's? Death, divorce, and
Yeah.
I forget the third one, but
Yeah.
um, but yeah, man, just basically trying to put my mindset's kind of like reach out, see how I can help people, see how
Yeah.
I can add value to them. Even if it's something personal they're going through, right? If I could
Yeah.
be there for them, and it helps them. Let's see, everyone says what you give out, you give back. So
Yeah.
trying to keep that front of mind, and just try to do the right thing and stay motivated and stay on top of things.
Hey everyone, Luca from Actually Agents here. Just wanted to take a quick second to bring your attention to an amazing opportunity we've secured for the Actually Agents community through our partnership with BAM. If you use code ACTUALLY on the website link in the description, you'll gain 10% off to the BAMX training platform. It is jam-packed with courses, information, ebooks, scripts, and more, all specifically designed for the modern real estate agent like yourself who's ready to commit to their craft and 10x their business this coming year. Remember, use code ACTUALLY. It's 10% off. The link is in the description. Thanks so much for your support.
Let's go. Are you asking for business much at the end of, hey, not like directly, but saying along the lines of, depending on how the conversation is, if you're good at chatting, you can make it happen, but be like, yo, I'm really diving in full time with this career, especially if the conversation shifts on you. And I'm jumping in full time with this career. And, it's very, catch your own fish kind of thing. Do you know anyone that's been talking about real estate or has even mentioned it to you? That's a big thing I like asking my people is as I'm going through some of the sales calls and following up is not asking them for business. I'm just like, hey, has anyone talked to you about real estate? Are you doing much of that?
Um, Not with each conversation. I definitely should start, but like if it's a situation where,
Yeah.
it's someone I've already spoken to that's like, one of my business partners has an empty lot in the city they're thinking about selling.
Yeah.
I'm like, boom, okay, give me their contact, I'll call them.
Nice.
So I'm just trying to like, recollect situations I recall from other conversations, and if I can, spur from that, I
Nice,
have
man.
been. But I do need to, probably focus a little bit more on, what my goal is, and try to, tell them to help a brother out and,
Yeah.
look out for me, if they notice any opportunity out there. So
Yeah. Good, man. Well, it's good to have you up on stage. Did anyone want to add to this conversation up here? Um, Anything to kind of touch on like sphere of influence, things you're doing, things you have done? Because a lot of, I remember Ryan, you were talking about you were doing some sort of ads or you're looking into it, but what was it? What were the numbers you're kind of seeing right now, if you don't mind sharing, of where your business is going, the kind of leads you're bringing in, and what you're looking at?
yeah, no, I don't mind. So right now, I currently have, I think, 1.1 under contract for
Okay.
buyers that are closing in
Yeah.
the next 2 weeks. I just got a listing like that vacant lot I was saying. That's 150K down in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Then I got my pipeline, of I got three approved buyers, and then I have a listing appointment next week, another listing off one of my buyers that's closing in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So like I think right now I have it's speculative, obviously, like shit can change, but I have about like 3.54 million dollar pipeline that
Nice.
I've been able to build over the last 6 weeks.
And that's all from your just calling past, mostly calling past clients, touching base with people. It's mainly kind of how it generated.
That's all it is, man.
Dude,
I
let's
signed up
go.
for Zillow leads.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
thanks, guys.
Give them a
I mean, look,
congratulation in the chat, guys. Come on. In 6 weeks, that's pretty
yeah,
nice.
everybody in here. I popped on here, like I said, probably 6 weeks ago, and I
Yeah.
I just signed up for Zillow leads, right? I did that for a month.
Yeah.
Um, and I was getting phone calls, but I wasn't liking the quality of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, the person on the other side of the phone. Like it wasn't people pre-approved. It wasn't people. It was people already working with agents.
Yeah.
And, I think I got one good lead, out of 10 calls.
Yeah.
And I know it's a numbers game. I probably should have stuck it out a little longer, but, pumping out, I think it was doing $1,200 a month to start. And, to take it to the next level, you're spending 3,000. I mean, at
Yeah.
that point, I could just start doing, direct mail or something.
Yeah.
So,
Totally.
or just like, look, taking people out. I could spend $1,200 taking a couple people
Yeah,
out to
dude.
lunch or dinner. I
Yeah.
think that would carry, a lot more from like a relationship sense. And
Yeah. There's a book it's on my plate to read, and I need to get a lot better at it. It's called Never Eat Alone. And it's one of those things where it's, especially in our type of sales, from my understanding, it's very focused on how you should at lunch and dinner specifically make an effort to kind of bring people out, whether you're paying for it, whether it's split, but never eat alone, of like the way that you can converse. And that, I don't know, but again, I haven't read the book yet, but it talks into the psychological of like, bringing people in, and it's on my to-do list to, make that happen. And you had a great point where, I'm spending 1,200, 2,000, whatever it is. I could, be doing that, hosting events, or making real in life, connections instead of just buying leads. I like that, man. That's a great thing. I mean, if anyone here, is listening to that conversation, the key takeaway from this is 6 weeks ago, Ryan was analyzing where his business was coming from, the current lead sources he's pursuing, and he realized, hey, most of my deals came from Sphere. Maybe I should double down on my Sphere. At least I think that's what's happened, was, hey, I should double down on my Sphere, make sure I'm really building those relationships. So that's a key takeaway there, is if you analyze where your business comes from mainly and the stuff that you're pursuing, you might find where your business comes from is not the stuff you're pursuing. And that's a problem, because you could probably double down and do more of what you already are getting a business from.